Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I'm glad you're here. This knife is courtesy of my local buddy, A to Z EDC. Good pal of mine, goes to all the blade shows with me, collects knives with me. Go follow him on Instagram at A2Z EDC. But he is here to let me unbox and experience this BergBlade Tick. And we're going to do this all in one. We're going to open it. See what we got. We got the BergBlades sticker. We've got Matt's Certificate of Authenticity, Production Tick, Steel CPM S90V, handle, material titanium, hardware titanium, inlay carbon on micarta, another BergBlade sticker, and the star of the show, the Tick. Guys, I have, as y'all know, not been buying knives like I used to be when I was employed, but I bought several BergBlades knives early on. How do you figure that thing up? But anyways, I've got the BergBlades Sweeney, a little guy. That's the mini Sweeney. It's not the full size. And I've got the BergBlades Slim. When I first saw this knife at A to Z EDC's, what really struck me was the size. It is a full-sized, beautiful, beautiful knife. I've been a big fan in all of Berg's designs. This one with the reverse flipper and the fuller that runs the length of the blade is equally dynamite. I love the makeup of this one, the particular colorway where you've got the belt satin hollow ground blade. You've got this flats and the swedge here done in like a stonewash. You've got a raw titanium handle with the micarta inlay. Looks really nice breaking up that handle. I can get a great grip in front of the trigger and utilize that choil because I've got a medium to large size hand. I can also get it from back here. The knife, the grind on it looks exceptionally well done. These, if I'm not mistaken, are OEM'd by Reate. Jeff is not the first owner of this knife. Cuts just fine. It's just me getting into the got some nice bite. But yeah, really nice edge there. S90V, frame lock, milled titanium inside the scales for weight relief. So it does have a great deal of weight relief. As a matter of fact, we'll weigh it here in a second because it doesn't feel nearly as heavy as the Gringo. I love the reverse finger flick. The traditional flipper tab, whether you light switch it or whether you just push button it, it is fully ready to go, deploys like nobody's business. Let's do a couple of quick size comparisons. Let's look at it next to our little Benchmade bug out. And it's going to be bigger than the bug out. Let's check it out next to the Paramilitary 2. Going to be closer to the same size as the Paramilitary 2, even though it's got a taller blade and it feels like a more substantial knife, but pretty close in overall size to the PM2 by Spyderco. So let's take a quick peek. The Slim, it's going to be about as thick, but it's going to be much smaller. I think the full-size Sweeney would have probably been just about as long, but a much thinner knife. So let's get our Amazon promotional tape measure, and we will learn that this knife comes in at 8 inches overall. Blade is going to come in at 3.5. The handle is going to come in at 4.5. So if we want to look at that cutting area, 3.25 for your cutting area. If you want to get the inside dimension first, then I'm going to get you the entire handle dimension. So the inside dimension is 3.25. That to that is 3.25. end of the dimension till the end of the handle is 3 3/4. So 3 3/4 if I want to carry it all the way back there. Where I would be grabbing the knife from is probably going to be this 4 inches from this inside corner to the choil, because that's where I feel like the grip is for me on this knife. But that's going to vary depending on how you use the knife and what you're cutting with the knife and other things like that, right? Take a quick look at the blade stock, because it does look like a thick boy. 0.1605 for blade stock, but deep hollow grind. Going to bring this bad boy down to right around 0.023, 0.022, 0.015. Then we've got contoured handles. I'm guessing it's going to push 1/2 inch, 0.51. On a beautifully built knife. I have been, for a while, I've owned 3 Berg's blade knives, and I think the Tick might be the beefiest that I've seen, and I think it may be one that I kind of favor more than some of the others. It's got the same very snappy action. It's just a bigger boy version of the Sweeney. 4.7 ounces. You can't hate that for a 3.5 inch blade. Full titanium, micarta, done very well. Exemplary species, the way I look at it. I look at it as being very clean. I like the throwback to the traditional deployment method. You know, you don't have a front flipper here, which is fine, but you do have that low profile tab that you can't fail the knife with. Frame lock, individually numbered. This is number 23 out of 30. Just really, really nicely done. Perfectly centered. You've got the floating back spacer that looks very, very nice. S90V on your blade steel. As much snap as you could ever want out of a little knife like this. And again, I say little knife like this, but when we look at it realistically, it's a full-size knife. Not quite as big as a cold steel, but when we look at it from a massing standpoint, it's going to be every bit as big as that Para 2. So consider it a full-size knife, right? Full-size gentleman's carry that's made with fine materials, titanium, S390. And I think these are still available. I will look around and try to find y'all a link if they are. If not, I'll link it to BergBlades website so you can see when they come back in. But this is the BergBlades Tick. And it was brought to me to check out, to do a little quick overview and unboxing and share it with you from my buddy A to Z EDC. Please go give him a follow over on Instagram. He's chronically underfollowed and he's got some really cool knives. And please, if you're so inclined, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon if you haven't had a chance yet. Most importantly though, please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your hearts and choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.